I forget what quote this was from. I saw it somewhere on the internet, but it was like, don't go looking for someone to go running with you. Just start, and you'll find after the 10th or 20th time, people will start following you, right? It's about being that flag bearer that other people, it just makes them open up and come out in a way that you would never know if you didn't start. So just show up to a local bar, really easy. Even if it's by yourself, I've done it. And just, market your meetup. Say, hey, we're going to be there at the second Thursday of every month. And eventually, it's all about that consistency in order to build up the community. And there's so many great tools online now, like meetup.com or Orange Pill app is huge. I can't even tell you how many people have come to us via Orange Pill app. And so, yeah, it's just the consistency and connecting with the Bitcoin tools that are already available.
Yeah, so I'd be curious, GC, like the exact story of how you got started, because that was before I was in Jersey City and interested in Bitcoin. For myself, big shout out to my coworker and work friend, colleague, Win. He really pushed us to start the meetup together, and that helped a lot. And I know, GC, you have a co-founder you work with as well, Jimmy. So I'm curious, like, if that was an aspect of it. I think it's a lot easier to start with like one other person if you happen to know someone who's interested in Bitcoin in the area. And then for our first event, we just called it like the launch event. We made up a name, the Bitcoin Network NYC. So make up a name for the meetup, put it on meetup.com, and just be like, hey, we're connecting with Bitcoiners in the area and we want your ideas of what the next meetup should be. It's that simple. And then what I've learned in like hosting meetups on a recurring basis, the number one thing you're looking for is actually collaborators. You're just always keeping an eye out for other people's passions and interests and their willingness to get involved. And you're trying to foster that and invite them in and get them to help you. So if someone comes to you and it's like, hey, I think it'd be really cool if we promote us on LinkedIn. You're like, great, please, like, let's make a LinkedIn account together. Let's do this. And then the more collaborators you get, the more it just becomes a ball that snowballs on its own and keeps rolling.
Yeah, I can't thank Harrison enough for being so ambitious and to really get me up and being more proactive with the educational side of meetups. I'm more of an ideas guy than an execution guy, so having Harrison be you're just instrumental for the help. So I think we complement each other pretty well. And yeah, Jimmy is not here today, or Carrie. I like to think of it as the ship of Theseus. I think that's how you say it, where it was like it started as one ship and you replace one part after another, and eventually is it the same ship or is it not? And so to keep the movement going, I think I joined the second or third ever meetup. So I didn't start it, but Jimmy, I found his post on Reddit of all places. I was like, I wonder if there's a meetup in Jersey City. And there was, and I showed up, and I've just been here ever since. And so that's kind of how I got started. And I kind of noticed that we weren't consistent. We weren't going at the same time every month. The meetup kind of fell off. It'd only be like one or two people. And so I kind of took up the mantle of being like, hey, let's go to the same place every month at the same time. And yeah, it was that consistency which really turned it around.
Yeah. And I mean, it takes guts to go out there the first couple times and really do it. I mean, are there any horror stories, any awkwardness, anybody who has shown up who you might not want to be there, but you have to accept them because it's a Bitcoin meetup? Tell us what to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of trust your gut with most things. Bitcoiners are weird. That's just by our very nature, because if we were normal, we wouldn't understand Bitcoin. So you're definitely going to get a crowd of interesting people. And honestly, it's just being on your toes. I think what really helps get rid of any kind of like scammers is having that one sheet that you hand out. You kind of say at the beginning of every meeting, like, hey, this is what to look out for. And I think that when scammers find even just a slight bit of resistance, they're going to back away. They're going to realize, oh, this meetup is pretty organized, pretty intelligent, and pretty on top of it. And so, yeah, I think just being vocal about that. But honestly, we've never really had that bad of an experience besides people just being oddballs. But that's part of the fun, right?
I mean, one funny thing about the Jersey City Bitcoin meetup is that the swingers group also happens to meet on the second Thursday of each month at the Jersey City beer garden. So yes, there's all different kinds of people, whether they come for the meetup or not. You're going to be in a social place with different people, and it's important to meet people where they are, accept them, and allow them to come in, because Bitcoin is such an important idea. You got to be able to put prejudices aside and just be willing to spread the message and be open. And I think it's another important thing you brought up is that as a founder, as a leader of these Bitcoin meetups, you sort of need to watch out for the flock, right? Because you're having new people come in, and you need to make sure that they do not get scammed or abused or have the wrong impression about Bitcoin when they come. So talk about that in terms of being a leader there.
Yeah, watching out for the flock is such a good metaphor for it. Yeah, your point about the swingers. You know how many people come up to our table and be like, "Hey, are you guys the swingers?" And I would go, "Do you see any girls here?" Like, and then there's also the local D&D group. So strangely enough, we are not the weirdest people at that beer garden second Thursday of the month. Hilarious, but yeah, I do take a little bit of personal responsibility for helping everyone out and making sure they have a good time.
You do, and it's necessary, and it might not be your natural inclination to do so, but I think Bitcoin inspires, right? And Bitcoin has no CEO, no marketing department, and thus we are put in a position where if you believe in it and you want to get the word out, you need to take that responsibility upon yourself. So Harrison, in terms of the people that show up for the workshops, I mean, workshops and versus a general meetup where people are just having a good time, I mean, I think it attracts a different kind of person. But what have you found in terms of the people that show up to build or learn or to get further educated?
Whole range of people, and really everyone shows up with the same intention, which is to learn more. So you get a really great energy in the room that way. And then in terms of watching out for bad actors or scammers, people like meetup organizers in the area, we all talk to each other. So like we've got Pubkey down the street, we've got Jersey City across the river, we've got Brooklyn, like they have a meetup, we've got Harlem, they have a meetup, and we all talk to each other. So, it's possible a bad actor might enter a meetup one time, but they're probably not going to enter a second time. Like we know what to watch out for.
So you're right. I mean, there are Bitcoin meetups happening in your area and in adjacent areas. How do you connect and how do you make the most out of this network? How do you make it flourish like mycelium growing in a forest?
Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you could drop a like and a share, it would help in our mission to accelerate adoption. If you're looking for more Bitcoin signal, join over 10,000 readers of our newsletter, Bitcoin News Weekly. Every Monday morning, we send out the biggest headlines of Bitcoin to keep you in the know in under 5 minutes. Links below in the description. Then come hang with us live every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We break it all down live on stream with a new guest, and you can add your 2 sats in the chat. See you next week.